Welcome back to Legendary Mole Games. I'm your host, Joe, and today is finally the day we make the final preparations to finally get onto the DLC with Far Harbor. So, Piper, it is time to finally put a stop to this. Let's go to Lynn Pier parking, which if you remember is right beside Gibson Point. And if we go over the side here, you're going to see that there's actually a hidden location just off the beaten path. As we go toward the radar array you can see in the distance down by the shore. Over here, there is actually a hidden location that has a legendary weapon we absolutely want to pick up because it's one that Nick Valentine is definitely going to be interested in. So let's head down here, as you can see, right on the water's edge, just outside of Lynn Pier parking. And if we go down, this is a unique location called the Pumphouse. And it does conceal a legendary weapon and a very unique way to get it. So, inside the pump house, you can see there's a locked door and a mechanism that has 4 buttons.
Busted.
Now, the code to the buttons is actually on the wall behind you, except it's a little bit vague. Because the code actually reads on the wall 0451, I believe. Yep, it's right there on the wall by the trash can right there. And the thing is, the 0 actually kind of disappears into the staircase above it, so it's a little bit ambiguous, but we know the other ones are 451. So, notice there are numbers above the buttons. Each time we press one of the buttons, it changes the number for us. All you have to do is go ahead and adjust these. We know for sure this is going to be 4, 5, and 1 for the last 3. We're just not entirely sure what the first one is. It could be 6, or it could be 10. So, all you have to do is just get the other 3 set, and then just rotate the first one. The door will automatically open when it gets to the value it's supposed to be. So, as you can see here, we're up to 4, we need 5, 1 more. Got it, and now flip this one all the way around to 1. As you can see there, once it goes all the way to 10, it'll reset to blank, and then back to 1. Just like that. And now, like I said, just keep hitting this one until a door opens. It's either going to be at 10 or it's going to be at 6, one of the two, because there is no 0. As you see there, 6 got it. So 6, 4, 5, 1 to get in here. And what is the legendary weapon? It is that pistol right there. This is the Gainer, which actually does 15 points of fire damage. So we finally have a pistol that can actually set the enemy on fire to go with our Institute pistol that already does that. And the fact that both me and Nick will be able to literally set our enemies on fire is absolutely invaluable. So let's go ahead, head back out of here, and the location we are heading toward is that gigantic iron mill off in the distance. But before we go into that iron mill that literally lights up the sky out here, especially at nighttime, we want to go toward that farm looking area on the radar, just to the left of it. Make sure you go here first, because you could make a fatal mistake if you don't.
Hey, you! Oh, sorry. Thought you might be one of those forged maniacs, but you don't have the burns. A group of them took over the old ironworks, and they'll shoot you just as soon as look at you.
Thanks. I appreciate the warning.
Least I can do. Might as well save you the trouble they've caused me. That bastard son of mine, Jake, snuck out in the middle of the night to join them. He grabbed my granddad's old sword. It's the closest thing I've got to an heirloom. I don't guess you'd be crazy enough to try and get it back for me. I've got caps, if that's what you want.
I'll find it.
You're doing me a big favor, and I'll make it up to you as best as I can.
One thing is for absolute certainty, this father and son are having some major issues.
The only way you get old in this job is assume everyone's...
Excuse me.
Doc Weathers is guaranteed to patch up any bruises, holes, and diseases you've picked up. But I ain't got no fix for personality.
Yeah. See what's wrong with me, Doctor.
You have any of those symptoms? Tell me about them.
Too much radiation. I feel sick.
We'll clean you up. Don't worry. Done. Now, is there anything else bothering you?
Hurting all over, Doc.
Scrapes and bruises, but it's probably a good idea to get them fixed up. Done. Now, is there anything else bothering you?
No other complaints.
All right. Don't ruin my hard work by dying out there.
And now that we're all patched up by the eccentric Dr.
Dangerous
Weathers,
world out there.
let's go
Good
ahead
thing,
and
too.
head
Otherwise,
back
no
to
business for
bed
doctors,
for the
am I
night.
right?
Because we're not going to
need
get
some
much else
supplies,
done
Doctor.
here.
You got the caps? I got
As you
the
can
goods.
see, he will sell you goods just like Dr. Sun. As you can see, we are completely out of caps entirely. As you can see, it would literally be $711 to buy all the stim packs. Well, I think we finally found a use for all the psychos that were left. Because the problem is, Saugus Ironworks, which is the name of the iron facility right beside us, is brutal to deal with. I don't think there has ever been a time that I went here and Slag, the boss of the dungeon, has ever been easy. So, now that it's morning, let's go see what is going on with this farm. Since we already talked to the man himself, let's go see what the rest of the family thinks about this situation. I'm sure they are not happy that Jake left. At the same time, I'm sure not all of them just want to ignore that Jake even exists. I have a feeling this is a father versus son issue and no one else. What do you two think?
Hi.
I heard you talking with Abraham. Did he even mention our son?
He did mention that Jake stole his sword and joined the Forged.
Well, at least he mentioned him. That's a good sign. The two of them were at it again, and Jake must have taken off to that ironworks like he was going on about.
Don't bring it up to Abraham. But if you find my boy, you bring him home. I'll get the two of them sorted out.
Absolutely
on you.
called it. So, brother, you feeling the same way?
I got some goods I can sell you, if you're looking.
Daniel.
Heard you talking with my pa. Mom still thinks she can straighten stuff out with him and Jake, but I don't know.
What happened between them?
Well, they've been at it for years, but this last time may have been the breaking point. The Forged moved into the Ironworks not long ago and started recruiting. At first, things were fine, but recently they've started raiding. Jake told us he was thinking about joining them. Said he'd send back supplies to us so Dad and Mom wouldn't have to work so hard. You can probably guess how well that went over with my pa. Sorry, I know this isn't really your problem. Well, I'll be around if you're looking to trade.
Daniel.
Got a few supplies I can trade. One thing we don't need is more junk. Enough of that already.
Yeah, all right.
As you can see here, he does have a decent inventory. Mainly, as you can see there, you can get shipments from him, which is really surprising. And the undercoats, I guess the shirts, whatever you want to call them, actually are pretty neat and interesting. So, whatever you do, save, and for the love of gosh, unless you are running in here with power armor and missile launchers and tricked out modified weapons, the best thing I can say is just get to Slag as fast as possible. Let the rest of them scatter because they will overwhelm you instantly. The problem with them is most of them have flamethrowers. And the issue is if you get held up trying to take one of them out, you're going to have about 3 others that just light you on fire. So best thing I can say is just run, run, run as soon as we get the patrol out of here. So, as we go here, let's go ahead. There he is. And could you go, please? Thank you. Maybe. Come on. You just see how little damage they take. It's not even worth it. Just run. because this will auto-save us as soon as we get inside. Now, let's immediately run to the right, missile launcher at the ray, because we've got to get all the ones out here that have flamethrowers. That is the dangerous part of this. So, let's go ahead, get them all in a line behind us, and just blow up everything. As you can see, not only do they launch flamethrowers at you, they also throw Molotov cocktails at you. No matter what you do, you are going to be on fire at some point in this conquest. So let's just go ahead, as you can see here, get them all in a line coming after us. That way we can just pelt them with missiles until we run out. My gosh, this is such an abrupt start to this place, and the problem is, if you get where the boss Slag is, you actually cannot lure him out of that room. I have tried to do it, he will not come down from that perch. At least not to come out of that door. So the problem is, you're going to be trapped in close proximity with him, and these flamethrowers, even though they melt us really fast, don't actually do a lot of damage to the enemy. I think it's only like 12 damage per second. So the problem is, they can usually overwhelm you faster than you can burn them. So we definitely want at least one of these, and ideally Piper will go ahead and grab one too, because that way we can just concentrate our efforts and just burn everything that's not the boss around here. Obviously, we will worry about clearing everything out around here off camera. For some reason, I believe there either is a magazine or a bobblehead in this area, but honestly, we have too much to get to that I'm not going to worry about it. At least in this one. I'll probably just show a recap, quick recap of it at the beginning of the next episode, which again will finally put us in Far Harbor. So, this is the day we finally get max affinity with Piper. It has been building for some time, and this is definitely one of the better quests because, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff to lockpick here, and that's one of the best ways to raise her affinity, is making sure you lockpick something that is not owned. So as long as you're not breaking into people's houses in a town, you're okay. As you can see here, again, fire, explosions everywhere. This place is just absolute pandemonium. So let's go ahead and get rid of all that nonsense, and let's keep it going. As you can see here, B-T-L-E, E at the end. Yep, there we go. And that way we can go ahead and open the door into the second half. So this Ironworks facility is divided into two halves. The second half is actually not as bad, because usually by this point you have plenty of ammo and a flamethrower. So let's take full advantage and just clear everything out here. As you can see, this is a perfect place to get your flame ammo up, as well as getting even upgraded versions of the flamethrower. Like, I think there's a large version as well. So let's go ahead through here, and you see how fast it will melt them. You just need to make sure that you can account for the counterattack. Definitely, ideally, don't fight flamethrower with flamethrower. You will usually not win that battle. But if they're gonna come after me with a shotgun or a pistol, go ahead. We'll see how accurate that thing ends up being in about 5 seconds. So go ahead, get all of them out of here. Only thing I'm interested in is the stuff of value, because we're gonna get over encumbered, and this is not the place to have that happen. We are on a rescue mission to get Jake. I know his father doesn't care, but let's be honest, Piper cares. So I'm sorry, Abraham, I am not worried about your lack of sentiment towards your pain-in-the-butt son. Maybe if you weren't grilling him so hard constantly, he wouldn't have run away and felt a need to take care of your old ungrateful butt. So, thoughts aside, let's go ahead and commence the showdown. Make sure you save before getting in here, because this battle is brutal no matter how you do it. Let's go.
If he tries to leave, kill him. You must be pretty strong to make it here.
Oh, were those your guys? I thought they were just trying to throw me a barbecue.
Ha! Like your style, stranger. Been a while since anyone had the guts to talk to me like that. See, Jake? Here's someone who might actually be worth my time. Unlike you.
They're gonna kill me.
But I brought everything you asked for.
Stealing things from your family farm doesn't prove your strength, boy. Though this wonderful sword you brought does put me in the mood to give you one last chance to prove your worth. What do you say? Kill that prisoner and prove that you aren't completely useless.
You said we'd be raiding outside the Commonwealth. These people aren't even a threat to us.
Prove to me that you can kill! It's him or you.
Oh God, what do I do? What do I do?
Walk away, Jake. You don't have to do this.
Please let me go.
What's
You're
it
right.
gonna be, Jake?
I don't want to do this. I don't want to join the Forged. I just want to go home.
Last
I guess we
chance.
wouldn't be lucky enough for him to just fall.
Kill the prisoner before I count to 3. Well, it's over.
Hey.
As you can see, the second you try to save the prisoner, it is pretty much a moot point. So go into your inventory and pop Jet immediately, because the problem is you don't want them killing Jake, and they are immediately going to target the prisoner right away. So, the prisoner is pretty much a lost cause. You can kind of do it as an act of charity, but there's never been a time I've ever been able to get through this with the prisoner alive. So, let's go ahead. As you can see, Jet is your friend here just because of the overwhelming damage they do. You just want to get Slag by himself. That is the ultimate goal here. So let's go ahead, take out the one with the flamethrower, and you smack, and we do not have time to reload. Quick, switch and stab. Stab, stab, just like that. So let's go ahead, and now it is just us and Slag. Use this corner to your advantage because it is going to block out most of his attacks. Just go ahead, keep an eye on your health, keep that up constantly, and just keep dancing around, getting as many attacks in as we can. As you can see here, he is an absolute menace that pretty much does not take damage because of that power armor. And the problem is, even if you hit him with headshots, that power armor still is protecting him. So, best thing I can do is throw your entire arsenal at it. As you can see, Piper's down already. And just keep using the scenery to your advantage. Ideally, we want to get in close enough to stab him because that bayonet just does unbelievable damage. Foreshadowing. So, let's go ahead. And again, watch the health and just hit him through the crossbars. They actually did a very good job with this area that you're able to shoot through the crossbars to hit him, but he can also do the same, so be very careful. We do have a missile launcher we can employ, but the problem is we're going to have to get a pretty good distance on, because again, we don't want to get Jake caught up in this and blow Jake up. So let's go ahead and back off. Missile launcher at the ready, get a shot, got him, and again, look, he just does not take damage. It is ridiculous. We're hitting him with 50 cals, we're hitting him with 50 cals with critical hits, we're hitting him with missile launchers, you name it. That power armor is just unbelievable on him. So again, just keep wearing him down around the corner, getting as many pot shots as we can. As you can see, he'll just unleash a never-ending stream of energy into you, so be very careful. Obviously, he has the shish kebab, the flaming sword thing, that we kind of want to retrieve, so let's make sure we got him staggered just like that. Come on, give him a poke, 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 got it. All right, and of course he falls in the lava. Great. So, we need to get that item back, so we should probably go down there and deal with this. As you can see, there's a terminal up top that you can utilize, but we kind of need to get that stuff before it all burns up. So let's just kind of sneak onto his side here, make sure not to fall in, grab his leg, and there it is, the searing shish kebab. So, let's head back up. Now that we are thoroughly overweight, because I'm pretty sure we grabbed his power armor. Thank goodness Jake made it. Sorry, prisoner, but you have never once made it on any of my playthroughs. So I am not surprised in the slightest. So now that we can finally move, let's go up here. As you can see, there's the steamer trunk for the dungeon. And this terminal is actually really interesting because it shows that Slag has been monitoring our activities all throughout the Commonwealth. It actually updates in real time as you take down the different raider bosses. As you can see there, Corvega. It's amazing how they've been communicating, so with this done and Jake saved, let's get back to the farm and come to the very, very unassuming father that thinks we're just returning the sword. So, boy, the look on his face, I am sure. Let's get ready to see it, because Piper is just about maxed out, and this is pretty much going to get us right on the precipice.
What the? Boy, I told you that if you ever showed your face here again,
Is that my boy come home?
What? Jake's back? Oh, thank God.
Papa, please. I know I screwed up pretty big. I thought if I joined up, I could keep them from raiding our farm. I didn't. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't care what you thought. I told you.
Abraham Francis Finch, that's enough.
Mama,
Shut up, Jake. If I hear anything out of either of you, you'll both be peeling potatoes for the next year. I've watched you two go at it for years and tried to let you sort it out for yourselves. Abraham, your son is a grown man. And if you expect him to act like one, then you'd better stop treating him like a child. Jake, your father and I have been out there, and we know it can be dangerous. We just want to make sure you're prepared. There, it's over. And if I hear another word about it from either of you, so help me.
Abraham.
She's right, I've been a fool. There's no way I can thank you enough. Here's something for your help. I think you should hang on to that sword. It'd put a smile on Granddad's face to know it was being used to help people.
And as you can see here,
Just looking to trade a
they
little.
made up in the end. So let's go ahead. As you can see, we can actually take Jake's holotape, which is one that we can get from him, or unfortunately, if he did not make it, you could have got it off of his body, which I think is amazing. That gets us one step closer to finally having them all.
I want to trade
as we go ahead and get the rest of the items. As you can see, you can just trade them straight out of each other's inventory now that this is finally an official settlement for us.
Come here to admire the Commonwealth.
As you can see, even though he wants to sell you items, you can still just trade the items off of him. Again, since this is now our settlement. And we should probably go ahead and claim it, especially since Abigail has already made it clear how she feels about the situation and is not going to tell us anything new at this point. So let's go ahead over to the side is where the workbench is at Finch Farms, and that way we actually got ahead of Preston Garvey for once and did it before he even asked. So how are we going to finish Piper? That is easy. Go to the #1 location for leveling up her abilities, and that is going to be right here at the Super Duper Mart in Lexington. If you remember, when we went through Lexington, getting as much done as we could, we actually discovered this location so we could fast travel here, and you can already immediately see what the main enemy is you're going to be up against here. And we are currently in the process of blowing off all their heads, because as you see, if you don't, you're going to have ghouls literally everywhere on you. So amazing that you literally have the supermarkets early game in both Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Although I think Fallout 3's was full of raiders. I don't think it was ghouls. But I think it's hilarious that you literally have early game supermarkets in both games. So our ultimate goal is going to be over here, because over here is just a litany of things we can unlock. And the thing is, there is a 2-hour cooldown timer. So we just want to make sure we unlock something and then wait the 2 hours if it does not work. The first thing's going to be this medicine container, but I think we're kind of caught on the favorites menu here. Let's get that out of there. And now let's head back. Let's unlock the container, and it will tell us if she is maxed out in the top left. So keep an eye up there. If it says your companion idolizes you, you know you maxed out their affinity. So let's go over here.
Sweet.
And keep an eye up there, right there. Piper idolizes you. So it's done.
Hey.
Let's commence with the final speech.
Sure thing.
Just what you said about Nat. I've been going over it again and again in my head, and what you said was right. I'm not going to be the deciding factor in what becomes of Nat. She's going to figure that out for herself. It's just Sometimes it feels like the only things I've got in life are Nat and the paper. Having someone I can count on, someone like you, it's meant a lot to me. Not a lot of people want to hang around with the nosy reporter.
Yeah, but you're my kind of nosy.
You're the exception. I haven't exactly made a lot of friends in this career. I just wanted to right the things I thought were wrong. And when Nat and I first got to Diamond City, there was a lot of wrong. Crooked guards, lousy infrastructure. There was a hole in the exterior wall that was patched over with a bookcase. One bookcase. That's it. I started the paper more as an act of desperation than anything else. It turned out I wasn't the only one who wanted things to change. After the first couple of editions, people may not have agreed with what I said, but everyone was listening.
Sounds like you really cleaned up Diamond City.
Well, a lot of things got done. They even put a second bookshelf over that hole and patched it with bricks. When that first edition hit the stands, I felt like I'd finally done something worth doing. But afterwards, things changed. People didn't want to talk the way they used to. Seemed that overnight I'd gone from being Piper, friend and confidant, to Piper, the nosy snoop. A lot of folks, they haven't treated me the same since. It started to feel like the only person I could count on was my little sis.
You can count on me, Piper.
I know I can. You're not afraid of me like everyone else. I was sure that the paper would be the best thing I ever did in my life, but being here with you now I don't know. I've needed someone like you in my life for a long time, Blue. I just never expected I'd actually get them. So thank you for being the friend I can count on.
It sounds to me like you're interested in becoming more than just friends.
Oh, I mean, well, I'd be lying if I said I never thought about you that way. Not that I'm always thinking that way. It's just, Blue, I'm loud and pushy and constantly getting in over my head. Why would someone like you ever want someone like me?
Is it so hard to believe that someone could fall for you?
Well, no, but I don't exactly feel like you've seen me at my best thus far, Blue. I mean, how many relationships established in a hail of gunfire actually work out? Would you really want to end up with someone like me?
You don't need to be flawless, Piper. You're perfect for me.
Perfect, huh? That's a new one. Well, Well, I think you're perfect too. Goodness, Blue, I don't know what to say. You're everything I could ever ask for. Come on, let's not keep the world waiting.
And as you see, we finally get the Gift of Gab perk. The reason this is so crucial to get before Far Harbor is because every location we discover that's new right now will give us double experience, and every time we pass charisma speech checks, we will get double experience as well. Perfect. And now, what you can see, if you rest, you'll actually get the Lover's Embrace perk. Instead of just well rested. And one thing I always like to do is go ahead and put them in normal civilian clothes at the end. That way I know anytime I go back to a settlement that companion is complete, that I don't have to do anything else with their perk. So let's go ahead, dump off this excess weight, and let's go get Nick, who we already sent here off camera. So, Nick Valentine should be roaming around here, and I hear him. Just do the bell. Right there he is. And Nick, if you could
hey, Valentine.
Carry this
time to hit the road.
Oversized flamethrower,
right.
That would be nice until I can get it all sold at Diamond City, which I'll do off transition here. And just like that, we have sold everything. We are back at the Nakano's Residence, so we can finally figure out what happened to their daughter, which is going to lead us into the beginning of Far Harbor based on Bar Harbor, Maine. So, I am looking so forward to this because I know how to get the good ending for Far Harbor, but I've never actually played it before, so this will be completely blind going into it. If you've not already, please check out the Fallout 4 playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe, some more Can See videos. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.